it is going to be a mid one Invoker, then we are, yes, going to be in for a treat. They're going to kind of leave this Lifestealer out to dry. Again, no real ease of access here for the Lifestealer, and kind of tough matchups, even if he did have them. Just trying to kill off a Terrorblade as Lifestealer takes so long.
This is gonna be maybe happening a lot in the early first maybe 6 minutes, where Yerex is looking to kill, for example, mid one, and it could have happened. I saw mid one was getting pretty low, but he stabbed up. But Chen Puppy decided to rotate bottom, which ended up in getting a kill. And S4 though on top lane. Oh, what a nice play.
Keep himself alive. Jerax was in the right place at the right time. Specifically those golems. You get so many boulders thrown at you. With the cold snap as well, it makes it a little more painful. They will find a good angle on
fly
the bottom lane. And this hero does not have a lot of armor. He
has nothing on him.
And he will be going down. No tail. Just gonna watch. He'll pop Metamorphosis.
This seems like a waste of time. Oh, he's TPing top. He's like, if I can't gank mid, I'm gonna gank top. And if Vada was 6, this would actually be possible. Are they baiting? They're just baiting actually. But I think Vada might just die straight up. Well,
S4 is not that healthy right now. And
oh, nice silence. Oh, what a silence.
He's diving in with the phase boots, and they will gank the Batrider with Lifestealer.
I mean, that was so odd that I don't think OG expected it at all. It's so bizarre. Just watching what happened is bizarre. And then, like, how are you gonna react to something like that? You know, you're not expecting that at all.
Oh, now Fada, he teleported down to this bottom lane. He has that Scythe, and Necrophos has a lot of magic damage. They'll miss the clap, they will land the Shockwave, and they will definitely land the Scythe, killing off No Tail. Man, you never expect these type of rotations. Like, to have that Lifestealer go top, and then to have Fada kind of switch places with him afterwards. They'll nail the Terrorblade down to the floor. Fada, though, is going to be a little bit in the front lines. His Cask is going to be thrown out, but the Chen creeps buffering him so easily. They lift up Jerax out of his role, and Fada 5 stacks Napalm, no big deal. We get the last hit with the level 3 Death Pulse regen. And for OG, there's going to be so many creatures wandering around the map. You're not sure which one of them.
I mean, he thinks it's a Shen creep. Like, I mean, if he's on point, he can know that it's not. But I don't think he will know, yeah.
Oh, it's not.
He doesn't have mana for rage, he can't commit. Oh.
Oh, and now the Necrophos is going to get rolled in on. Firefly on the deck, and Necrophos heals Ghost Shroud, but can't get his stick charges off in time before that Firefly tick comes in. Fada does have a casual cloak right now, so he's not incredibly easy to kill. Well, Yapzor is incredibly easy to kill, although he will get a telekinesis off on the Batrider. Jack Firefly try to make a break for it, but is going to get pulled in by the lasso. Still with the Hand of God now up on Puppy. They will get a lot of space here as S4 is going to get hit with a Sunstrike and the Scythe. Yapzor barely took any HP from that, and that is going to be a disastrous smoke gank there from OG. Yapzor still, of course, does have that Firefly for later, but Fada's also here, and they do have a Scythe at the ready. Not quite sure if it's enough damage to kill off Resolution. Doesn't seem like they actually know that Resolution's there. They do know, however, that there's a hero over here, and it's Fly. They will just demolish the Witch Doctor. Super easy kill. And now they're kind of hoping that someone teleports in to defend.
Oh, Resolution?
Resolution is spotted now.
Oh, that was so close. Yapzor almost managed to lift him.
He's out of Invis too, so Resolution has a close brush with death. Jerax is not looking too hot either, though. Is going to get lifted up by Yapzor. Sunstrike is going to be off the mark, but his rollout is kind of cancelled as they box him in. He'll kick Fada away. Maybe deny that Scythe, but still he's going to go down. Plays with his bat.
Yeah, I think they have to almost do something soon on OG. Mid one is totally free farming, completely uncontested, and you know that sounds scary. You know, mid one Invoker free farming. Haven't really had any pressure on him for 17 minutes, so I mean, Resolution is matching his farm, so that's good, but oh, mid lane, this is a very weird goal.
Oh, again sees it coming! Telekinesis S4, and now S4, he doesn't have a Force Staff. Sunstrike is gonna land. Yapzor reflexes. And they're recognizing the heroes that are problematic right now. It's Resolution mostly. It will be pretty hard countered. They're gonna roll in, miss, but they do get the lasso off onto the Rubik, bring him down, but at what cost? Ace is gonna tear into that Batrider. Now jump into Fada, who's just gonna try to escape from No Tail and Jerax with the Ghost Shroud. Not really sure if that's gonna work, as Resolution is still here to do that damage. LSA and the right clicks, they'll take him down, and they'll take down Ace. Off to the side, Puppy will try to TP. Looks like he'll survive his creep. Goon Squad. 1 creep, 2 creep, 3 goes down. They save the Centaur. That is not a good idea. We already saw how much damage Invoker can do with a combo on the Lina. They will run into Fada first. He does grab his Relic though, so even if he dies, not a big deal. He also has his Hood for the barrier with Hand of God. He will get Death Warded as well, and finally will go down. Is there any response here from Secret? The Firefly already on the deck. Well, they could in theory go for a play. They will steal Conjure Image. Oh yeah, it's time to right-click things as Rubik. They'll catch the Terrorblade out in a bad position with the Rock, do a lot of damage to him, and Jerax right behind him. Jerax is going to die to the dots. As no
he got hit by EMP. He has no mana.
He got hit with the EMP, and now he can't actually sunder anything. Fly's going to try to keep him alive with that heal, but he's going to put himself at a lot of risk in doing so. No Tail is going to actually not get hit with that Ice Wall, but still he doesn't have any mana, so I don't see how he's going to get away from this one, especially when the Sunstrike doesn't even matter. Ace gets the kill.
Not only safe, but they played safe, but they managed to farm at the same time, which is pretty good for them. And another time,
Be grabbed by S4. The pipe is going to help him quite a bit as Fada does jump in right into the middle of things. Puppey will go down. Hand of God now off the table as Ace is going to try to gun for Fly, but doesn't actually have any true sight. Resolution can have quite a bit of damage from the Invoker as well. BKB though will be able to slip out, and it's in the back. It's Ace by himself getting picked off. There's the Ice Wall and the Laguna Blades stolen by YapzOr, which will kill off No Tail, and they'll also drop Fly, but at the cost of Fada. YapzOr mid one, sole survivors here as they do very aggressively look for some of those fights, and they'll maybe find S4.
S4.
Force Staff just gets him up to the high ground. Resolution is still here. He thinks Invis is going to keep him safe. He's going to take a lot of damage. Pushed back by the Deafening Blast. Couple more right clicks will do him in. Actually does end up killing himself. But Secret, that Sentry and Obs combo dropping a little bit too late.
I mean, it's fine. You don't have to 5-man smoke. I think 4-man smoke is generally better. S4,
they'll
does he want
find
to
a target nearby? There's a Bat, there's a Terrorblade, just illusions for right now. Fly's in a pretty vulnerable spot right now, and they will catch him with the Cold Snap. They do silence the Invoker, but it doesn't matter. He's super dead. Puppey's charging forward.
Fada?
And Fada is as well with the Ghost Shroud, slowing down a handful of heroes. Ace is going to pop out. S4 is going to Force Staff out without using a lasso. And with the Tornado on him, he may just go down to that Scythe now, onto the Terrorblade. Sunstrike there as well. Will not connect. Will be a forced buyback onto Fly as from the high ground he is going to do quite a bit of damage to his Death Orb. We can see now the difference that a Chen makes. With the Hand of God, will keep them all fairly healthy. Laguna Blade still stolen. Will end up killing off No Tail. Fada with the Ghost Shroud. Trying to slip out right now. Jerax, he is going to keep that Magnetize on the enemies, but it's not doing quite enough with that Insight Aura. They'll try to go for the Life Stealer, but end up giving over another spell towards YapzOr. Resolution on the front lines. Oh, that dodge of the Laguna Blade from YapzOr. We said earlier, he's an above average Rubik player. So easy to disrespect.
Top lane.
The value they have on these auras. They will catch
Can they
one
follow
up
up?
top though. The lasso, they'll bring him back.
They messed up.
Yeah, they don't quite have enough CC and damage there. So mid one's gonna survive and Fly.
Bottom lane.
Left behind by his allies. They all were on top lane partying. He was left alone at home. Feels bad.
Mid one can't TP.
Maybe catch the Rubik here. That's a self-Yules and a blink out. Now it's gonna set up perfectly. This damage from Lina though is being mostly blocked by the auras from Puppey. They still will finally kill off the Rubik in the end. BKB and Resolution holy strong right now, but the Scythe will put a quick end to that Terrorblade. Resolution now the only one who's really doing damage, and with the nukes from the Chen will get kicked out by Jerax. Still is hit with that Cold Snap, but it looks like out of Radiance range. We'll be able to make it back to her fountain. S4 though maybe doesn't have that luxury. Force Staff down to the low ground now. We live in a mirror world, seems like, for this fight. S4 blinking away from his base, away from any help. Maybe he's just going to waste some time, but he's being chased down by an Invoker, a pissed off Invoker at that. Unstoppable for mid one, and Ace and Fada in the meantime both very healthy after having very quickly dealt with that Terrorblade. Will deal with bottom lane Rax, and maybe even a second lane. Puppey still has his entire army alive. I don't know how he does it. But they will go for 2, and with no Terrorblade for 50, I don't know if they have enough damage here. Fada, YapzOr is the hero that they're waiting for, and he is back. They're going to try to wait for someone to defend bottom lane, perhaps, and jump on him. Fada's definitely thinking about it, but Resolution, BKB, jump in, Scythe. No BKB available here. 100 seconds, Lina is dead. And Fada is going to get lassoed, but his Aegis is going to mean that they don't have to actually go and save him. They can let him die. At least for right now, and you have a BKB for a second life. They buy out on Resolution, and Spada may need some help here. The stuns are going to land perfectly on the mark. BKB not used just yet. It's a little bit too late, as Fly with the damage will take him down, but now they have to deal with everyone else. Mid one is in the front lines right now, not where he wants to be. He's going to get caught with the stuns and will be brought down, giving the gem over to OG. Rolling forward, looking for more. YapzOr is going to reflect up pretty much everyone. Has a blink out of here, maybe? No, can't quite get it out. Now they're on to the Lifestealer as well. They lift him up. Ace going to try to TP out of here. Lasso's not available. They sunder him for damage. It's not going to do enough. There it is. This is an Arcane Runes Terrorblade. So even more illusions. He'll have another Metamorphosis sooner. See what mid one can do. Invoker is pretty much the king of defending high ground.
Ace is caught.
Barrett is actually going to jump in on someone else instead. It's the Lifestealer, who is in a lot of trouble, but with the Rage will actually consider turning around onto Jerax. Not quite enough damage there. Disarm goes off on a no-tail Resolution as well. Kind of getting bottled up here in this choke point. Sunstrike does land perfectly onto the Terrorblade, but no more chase. No, there is chase. Mid one gonna blink forward, finds the poor Witch Doctor, and
he's
gonna
not
get
done
taken
with
down
that.
by the summons. They're also looking at no-tail, trying to TP out, kick out from Jerax. Will prevent them from actually stunning him. That's gonna cost Jerax's life, but Jerax, not to be outdone by YapzOr's clutch plays, is going to make a clutch play of his own, securing them their Terrorblade. Mid one, though, still wants in on S4, who is going to have that gem to give over. Back to
No
Secret.
buyback on him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a buyback, so it's just 2, maybe 3 versus 5 right now, as Secret are going to push in once more, perhaps to finish off that mid-Rax. But we do have Fada. His Radiance is on with the Shadow Blade, which is not exactly sneaky. But still, this is going to be really tough for OG to defend against. They'll have the Witch Doctor buyback as well, but just 15 seconds respawn. They will actually extend it. This range rax was pretty much forfeit anyway, so I'm not entirely sure if that timing was really what they want, but the Secret, they do want everything right now. They're going to look for the Megas. Resolution with the LSA will land it onto Ace. Laguna Blade can do quite a bit of damage, but it will be stolen once again by YapzOr. Ace with the auras from Puppey will just take no damage from that Lena's right clicks. And he also has that AC, of course. He will be able to slip out to safety, provide a little more damage with that Assault Cuirass for his team to right-click down these buildings. Spada gonna jump right in the sight onto the no-tail Terrorblade. They'll take him down with the Laguna Blade, perfectly layered onto him. He's down for 100 seconds. They may bring down Ace, they may not, but ultimately it doesn't even matter because Resolution, he's gonna have to kill himself as Jerax is gonna run off to the backside of the fight. He will survive, but his base will not. The game will be ended in favor of Secret. My god, you jump in, you scythe a Terrorblade, and then you drop everything on him, including a Laguna Blade stolen. Yeah, it works pretty well.